Today we are going to see about loading of transmission line. Whether a practical transmission line will satisfy distortionless condition. Loading of transmission line is used to achieve distortionless condition in practical transmission lines. Anyway, it is impossible to make practical transmission line as distortionless, but we can minimize distortion. Condition for a distortionless line. Condition for a distortionless transmission line is R by L equal to G by C. Reduce R by L to the same value as G by C, but this requires large capacitors. Reduce C. It triggers an increase in the spacing between the conductors, but cable size and cost increased. Increase G. It increases leakage loss and it is undesirable. So the inductance L is increased. To achieve the above condition, the series inductance L could be increased by inserting artificial inductance in series with the line. This process is known as loading, and such lines are called loaded lines. Types of loadings are continuous loading, lumped loading, and patch loading. Loading is mainly done on telephone cables carrying voice signals. Continuous loading. The inductance of the line is increased uniformly along the length of the line. A type of iron or some other high permeability magnetic materials in the form of a wire or tape is wound around the copper conductors. This will increase the permeability of the surrounding medium, which in turn increases the inductance of the line. Attenuation is constant over a wide frequency range and used only in submarine cables are some of the advantages of continuous loading. The disadvantage is it is very expensive, possibility of transmission delays, eddy current and hysteresis loss increase with frequency, thus increasing the value of R. Activity. How many lines appear in these pictures? Lumped loading. The inductance coils are wound on a toroidal core and inserted periodically in series with the line. This type of core produces coil of small dimension, high inductance and low eddy current losses. The advantages are large value of inductance is possible with reduced attenuation. Method of loading is more convenient. Eddy current and hysteresis losses are less. Patch loading. It applies section of continuous loaded cable separated by sections of unloaded cable. In submarine cables, patch loading is adequate to obtain the required reduction in attenuation. Advantage of loading is obtained by cost is greatly reduced and reduction in attenuation. Effect of loading on secondary constants. The characteristic impedance increases, attenuation constant is reduced, phase constant beta is increased and phase velocity is reduced. Assessment. First question is define loading and loaded lines. Second, name the types of loading. Third, list the advantages and disadvantages of continuous loading. Fourth, what are the advantages of lumped loading? And fifth, what are the effects of loading on the secondary constants? Thank you. So, loading is to achieve the above condition, that is to reduce the inductance, to increase the inductance. The series inductance L could be increased by inserting artificial inductance in series with a line, and this process is known as loading, and such lines are called loaded lines. To increase L, we are going for loading. Thank you.